Rachel.
What?
Word?
Okay, and
Sound like
so
me
the
this
thing
morning. I
is,
don't know
the thing
what.
with me is, the thing with me is, if you take your time walking across the street, and I hit you by accident, I might accidentally hit you. I got insurance for that, and that's the way some people feel. But then there are some people, if you take your time crossing the street, they'll hit you and keep on going. Y'all ever heard of that? Somebody will hit and run, especially they'll hit and run young children. You know, young people, or even a slow person, a person who's been drinking or something. The thing is not to take those kind of chances. You guys got a future. How old are y'all? 13.
Monday.
13. Are y'all 13? And that's good. That's good. 12. Y'all 12, 13 years old. You know. And like I said last time, how many of y'all want to live to see your next birthday?
All right.
Huh?
sir.
So things improving. Y'all picking up on your grades and your study?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't tell me you isn't, man. For real. You move. You move. How you
Yeah,
doing in
yeah.
this class? Yeah. What's your name, man? Ray Sean. How's Ray Sean doing in his classes, y'all? Turn your head over that way. He doing all right?
That's your homie. You take it up
Ray
front.
Sean, how he doing?
He average, yes.
He average.
No, he average.
Ray Sean average. Ray Sean, pull your grades up.
See, it's a little bit different now. Go ahead,
The
brother.
thing is the video game. Y'all got to stop and take time out to read. I do a lot of reading. First thing when I wake up in the morning, I'm reading, but I'm reading my Bible. But then I'm reading a lot of my textbooks. Then I read a lot of other different stuff. Because I don't know how it happens, but it helps my vocabulary. You know, being able to, like I was telling somebody the other day, we were talking about something at church Sunday, and I said that I was talking about etymological. Well, what is that? Most people don't know. Does anybody know what etymological is? Etymology.
I don't.
Okay, it's etymology, etymology, is the study, the history, the science of words. It's the study, the science of words. Now, how did I know that? Because I had to look it up. When I ran across that word, I had to look it up in the dictionary. That's when my dad brought me up. Anytime I didn't know a word, he told me to go to the dictionary. He wouldn't tell me. So that can help you increase your vocabulary. Read your dictionary. Read as much as you can. Stop watching so much TV. Stop and learn how to say, look, man, I got something I got to do. All y'all got all these books. And some of them look brand new. These just, y'all textbooks?
Yep, that is not in.
These belong to
Literature.
somebody else?
You got the blue one, the literature
okay.
books.
Oh, okay. Read as much as you can. You know, read as much as you can. I'm not saying you can't watch no movies. I'm not saying that don't stop doing a video game. Don't grow up. You know, do what you got to do as young people. Play basketball, play sport, hang out with your friends. But be careful of the things that you do when you're around your friends. All right? All right. I'm Reverend Max. We're gonna get started. Is he supposed to bring some more people up here? Okay, it's just us today. It's just us.
What age grade coming up?
Session.
Okay, all right. I want to start off with name. What's your name, man?
Kevin Hill.
Kevin. Kevin Hill?
Yes.
Okay. Reverend Matt. What's yours, man?
Trayvon.
Trayvon. Nice to meet you, Trayvon. Michael. My name is Reverend. That's my first name, Michael. Jamal. Okay.
Dion.
Dion.
Brandon.
Brandy.
Monte.
Vontae. Meet Clark. This is Clark right here.
DeAndre.
DeAndre.
Brady.
Reagan.
Michael.
Michael. Ray Sean. All right. Now, you wonder, why is his hand messed up like that? About 23, 24 years ago, I did something stupid. I had been drinking, I had gotten too high. And instead of putting my hand, throwing a rock through a window, because I wanted to get into a house, and the front window was like about this big, my stupidity, I had took a cab over to this house to see this girl, my girlfriend. She was upstairs looking out a window while I was knocking on the door. I was too high, wasn't thinking. This is the choice I made. To go over her house as high as I was, getting in a cab and not having no cab fare. The cab is waiting for me. I'm knocking. She won't answer the door. I'm looking up in the window. I'm getting madder and madder because she's peeking out the window and I see her peeking. Instead of looking for something like a brick or something, because this was the choice I was making. Instead of finding something to break the window, I took my hand at 1 in the afternoon and put it through the window. And that window came crashing down on my arm. Blood shot out of I lost every drop of blood I had. I was out in Taylor, on Telegraph and Garden. Anybody know where that's at? I was living in them apartment building. Blood gushing out my arm, but I'm an ex-Marine. So I tell the cab driver, look man, give me your belt. So he give me his belt. I tied it around to tie a tourniquet to try to stop the bleeding. Next thing I know, I'm passing out. I'm watching blood shooting out my arm right here, like a garden hose. And it's hot, red blood shooting out my arm. I looked up and I saw fire trucks, lights, I saw police siren, police light, and the next thing I know I was blacked out and somebody was talking to me and they said I was at Heritage Hospital. Any of y'all know where Heritage is? Heritage Hospital over there by Southfield, out of Drive. Well, that hospital over there. And all I remember was a lady talking to me and asked me to shake my hand. And I did like this, and my fingers felt like rubber. I was losing all my blood.
Gas coming.
Okay. I was losing every drop. I lost every drop of blood in my body. I'll hold it right there, all right? Gentlemen, how y'all doing?
Man, right here. Man, do something. All right. Okay.
How y'all doing?
All right.
All right, so all my blood is gone. My fingers feel like rubber because when you lose every drop of blood in your body, you ain't got no kind of motor movement in your hand. Next thing I know, I had blacked out. They said I ended up, I woke up about 4 or 5 days later. I was at University of Michigan Hospital in Ann Arbor. They had called in a helicopter and flew me from Heritage out in Taylor, Michigan, all the way to Ann Arbor. They went in my leg, right here, took a vein out about this size, about that long, to put it in my arm, and they put some kind of other Teflon stuff in there. But it's only by the grace of God that I'm still here today, because I should have been dead and gone. But that was the choice that I made. The choices that you make. You've got to be careful about the choices that you make in life, young man. Because every choice that you make has a consequence attached to it. Anybody know what I'm talking about? If you're smoking weed, I know because I used to sell it. People will put stuff in that weed that ain't weed. And some people can't handle it, that they lose their mind for the rest of their life. I got a friend now who stutters, can't hardly think. he got a good mind. He can memorize everything that he reads. But he's messed up because somebody put something in his weed. So you got to be careful what people give you. You got to be careful what you drink. You know, when you party, when you go to a party, you have to learn how to stay away from certain things because the choice, your choice to drink, your choice to get high is going to have its consequence.
Amen.
I say that because when I was your age, I went to school in Boston, Massachusetts. I was born in Detroit, but my father was a preacher, so when I was 3 years old, he went to pastor a church in Boston. But when I grew up there, I went to a junior high school named Prince Junior High, and I'm bad. I was bad because I chose to be bad. But because of my decision to choose to be bad and rebellious, got me kicked out of school. You know how many schools I've been kicked out of?
7.
Huh?
7.
No.
28.
See, you trying to be funny. I got kicked out of Lincoln Junior High School. Got expelled from Ferndale High School. Went to Mumford, got expelled from Mumford. Went to Pershing, got expelled from Pershing, and I couldn't go back to no day school. But they let me go to night school, so I went to Highland Park Night School, and I got my high school diploma. But that ain't no fun, man. That is no life. That is no life. But those were the choices that I made, so I got that on my record. I got 3 felonies that sent me to prison. It ain't no fun going to prison. When I went to prison, I seen a lot of my homeboys, but still, there's people that go to prison and ain't got no homeboys in prison. But it's the choices that you make that have their consequences. Every choice, every active decision that you make in life. If I had heard somebody talking to me like I'm talking to you all now, I would let that stuff sink in. Some of you gonna hear it, and it's gonna go right out the other ear. It ain't nothing but a game. Life is still a game. Till the choice that life is a game to you has its consequence, that life isn't playing with you or nobody else. Life is serious. Life is to be lived, and to be lived at its fullest. You want to grow old, you see you can get married, have grandchildren. Some people just don't have that kind of a dream. They don't want to live that kind of a life. They choose to hang out on the street. They choose to sell drugs. So they end up going to jail, or they end up getting killed. There are people today that are running from somebody because they done messed up somebody else's money. Y'all know anything about that? Mm-hmm. You mess somebody else's money up, I don't care if it's $5 or $10, that will get you killed. That will get a bullet up in you. You hear about that guy who was in that house that burned up on television last night? On the west side, they say they found his body in there and the house had burned up. So they thought he had burned up in the fire. But no, after an autopsy, it revealed that somebody had shot him and killed him first, then went back and set that house on fire. I know of a story a guy told me. He said, it's a project down there in the Cass Corridor. I don't know what the guy did, but they shot him almost 35 times in the head. That's overkill, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What could you do to somebody to make them want to shoot you 35 times? It's the choices that we make in life that determine the consequence that we're going to have to pay sooner or later. If just one person today is going to get this, the choices and the consequences of your choice, I'm good with that. one at a time. Maybe next time, another person. Not everybody's gonna get it. Some people are set in their way. Some people are set in their way. Some people don't want to go anywhere in life. Some people need a wake-up call. They need to they get their head banged up against the wall a few times before they wake up till they realize that they're just wasting their life. All right? But remember, it's the choices that I make as a young man. I'm 12 now. I want to live to see 13. I'm 13 now. I want to live to see my 14th birthday. I want to do good. I want to go to school, get an education. I want to graduate. I want to become somebody. I want to impact my neighborhood, impact my family, impact a friend of mine who might not be doing so well. So I'm here and I got 3 young men. One of them you already know. 2 you don't know. These are young men that I have been mentoring because that's what God has called me to do. Mentoring, being their friend, being their pastor, being their confidant, being their colleague, being their teacher, being a good example. All of these guys have been to prison just like I have, but they got a story to tell. They're going to talk about their choices and the consequences of their choices. I'm going to ask James to come up and speak with you guys now. This is James Shea.
Yes, sir.
12 minutes. Good morning, young brothers. Take your one out, brother. Let me tell you something. I ain't trying to put you on the spot. Just heads up. That stuff will kill you, what you're doing. Put your head down. I'm saying this because I love you. And I ain't trying to be tough, and I ain't tough. I'm soft, sharp. Okay, so I'm going to give you my childhood. It ain't nobody's fault that you was born poor, rich, none of that. It ain't your fault. So you take life for what it is, but you can get over it. So, okay, from 5 to 10, I had everything I wanted. Mother, I had no father, but we was living good. In 1974, my mother died. I was a straight-A student. Thought I was everything, football, everything. But when she died, I started smoking weed from an A student to a C and D student. Then I got kicked out of school. Then I started being a bully. Wanted to fight everybody. So these are my choices, and I ain't blaming nobody. I ain't blaming the death of my mother. I ain't blaming nobody because I made that choice. So I'm telling you, young brothers, no matter what you do or why you were born in this world, rich or poor, you still somebody, and you can be a king. You are a king. You ain't a king. You are a king. So at age 16, I did something, and the judge came to me and he said, "You got one choice, 2 choices. You can go to prison or you can go into the military." So at 17, I was in the military. I've been around the world. But I still was smoking weed, I still was doing drugs, I still was doing this, and I was doing that. I was selling drugs, I was having sex with a bunch of women, I was cheating on, doing everything you possibly can imagine, but it was no good. It was no good. So I got out of the military, I got married, I had a family, but I was still getting high. I was still doing drugs, I was stealing, I was cheating, I was doing everything. And let me take you back. I was brought up in church. 5 to 11 till my mother died. I was brought up in church. I know who God is. God is my power. God is my source. God is my everything. So at the age of 30, from 20 to 30, I was selling drugs, doing drugs, whatever. Selling cars, stealing cars. You name it, I've done it. At the age of 40 years old, I went to prison for 8 years. For 8 years for the choices that I made, getting high, getting drugs. So now, today, you know what I'm doing? Serving God. That's the best thing. I don't care if your parents is not showing y'all what the Bible is. Grab the Bible and read. I wish I was y'all age again and know what I know now. My mother was living, whatever he was doing, showing me what God was and who he is and what you can do if you follow this here. You will be somebody. So, and I am somebody still. And so I encourage you, brothers, to grab a Bible, work out every day. Friends that selling dope, ain't nobody, man. Them ain't them zeros, heroes. I'm your hero. I'm them guys that are squares, them guys you need to hang around with. Guys that doing, find something that you like doing and do it and pursue it. You know what I'm saying? Right now today, I still work out, man. We run, we do all of it, man. And most of all, I don't have to be here today because I'm getting married tomorrow. But this right here is more important than me getting married to somebody in this room. I might be able to say, because when you go home, you might not have nothing to eat. Your mother might not be there, whatever. But there's people out here that will help you. There's a church down the street. I encourage you, brothers, to get up every morning if you can and come down there and see what we got to offer y'all. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to do this, man. I do it because I love it. I do this because I care. I do this because God tells me to do this here. So I just encourage you, brothers, to these books, man. Get what you can get out of it. Like you said, stay out of that TV, that rap music. Ain't none of that stuff no good. Mike, show them that coat you got on. Please.
My all-time favorite. I'm gonna wear it until it fall apart.
And it's
Also, I got our last testimony up in here too that we did. I carry it with me every day. It mean that much to me. I wear it every day.
Scarface, smoking weed, guns, all this stuff look good to you, man. That stuff is zero, man. That stuff ain't nothing, man. The coat's good. They show you, what's that? I seen one picture about a camel with a cigarette in his mouth, and he was looking good. For a young man like y'all think that's cool to grab a cigarette. And then they show you a TV picture with Billy D. Williams or somebody on it, or who's y'all age? Let me see, give me a guy. What's the young guy name? Give me a rapper. Give me a rapper. Okay, and then you got a girl on his side with Colt 45, a pocket full of money. You think that's cool, and that's what's happening. It's not what's happening, though. All this stuff's gonna lead you straight to prison or hell. You ain't gonna get a chance to see when you're 21. So I encourage you, brothers, as you go on in life, from this day forward, to stay in school, man. Stay away from the negative stuff. Do things positive, man. You see a teacher needs some help, the room nasty, pick your pencil up, clean your room up. You know what I'm saying? And your neighbor, they complain about our neighborhoods. We mess up our neighborhood. The mayor didn't do what we doing. So you see paper on the ground, pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Do you. What's really inside you. And we all got goodness inside of us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to be here, but I feel that I can come here and say something to somebody to show you that I love you, and I do love you. I ain't just saying because I don't got to say it. I can say I hate you. I can say if I hate you, I can use some dope to say it. You know what I'm saying? But it's not me today. To me, it's trying to win some souls for God and show y'all this is a better life than what the world is showing you. That TV, all that rap music, that stuff is bullcrap. You know what I'm saying? Do what's inside you. You know what I'm saying? Pick up your Bible and read it. I promise you, brothers, when you get 5 years down the road, it's gonna be okay. You know, I wish I could have a long enough time to talk. I was gonna do something else, but I can't.
Go ahead.
No,
Go
I didn't bring with me. Perfect pusher.
Oh, okay.
So I guarantee you, none of the guys here can outdo it. So they still young, you know, but I'm gonna do it another day. And but I encourage you, brothers, man, to if your teacher tell you to do something, do it. I don't know your background. I don't know what your parents, how they living. You know, if it's good or bad. You know, if it's bad, ask for some help. Go talk to the principal. Talk to my man. You know what I'm saying? We can help you. Somebody's out there to help. If your mother's doing drugs, tell the principal, you're in a bad situation, I can get out of it. You know what I'm saying? If your father's beating you, tell somebody. You ain't got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? If your self-esteem is down, tell somebody, what's the problem? The problem's within inside. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, talk, man. Talk. You got to communicate with each other. Talk. You know, we're here to help you. You got Reverend Madison, you know, you got Brother Gardens, you know, come down to the church, man. We got a youth program. You know, they give you my number if you want to run, you want to work out, you want to go out and have a good time. We can do it, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go out there and sell drugs because your brother's selling drugs. You make all that money, got all them girls. Ain't nothing, man. Focus on your education. Get your house with the white picket fence around it. But most of all, you got to search for what God wants you to do. Because you're going to die. Everybody in this room is going to die. But after you die, you can go to heaven or hell. And I choose today to go to heaven. I choose today to pray. I choose today not to cuss, not to go out there and do whatever I was doing, you know, but everybody make mistakes and I'm not perfect. Ain't nobody in this room perfect. And even one of these guys that are perfect, we all make mistakes, but you can get on your hands and knees and pray and ask God to forgive you and give you strength and keep moving on. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hard. It ain't hard at all, brother.
What's wrong?
Spike.
He done left his property.
Spike.
He okay, he left his property.
It's okay, but I
No,
ain't
I-
hold you brothers up, man. I just
Oh, okay.
encourage you brothers to keep your head up, man. Stay away from negative stuff, man. Do things that are positive. Your teacher tell you to do something. Don't end up in class. Don't be no class clown. Stuff ain't nothing. You look cute, man. Girls gonna like you and all that. Down the road, you gonna wish you stayed in school. You gonna be selling drugs, clothes and steal bars. You do 8, 9 years in prison. You're gonna find out who your friends are. You're gonna find out who your parents are. They ain't gonna be there. So I encourage you, brother, you know, do the right thing, man, because it ain't worth it, man. And it ain't worth selling drugs. You know, we go down the street, look at that crackhead. She's a mother, but she's selling the crackhead. You're a crackhead yourself. You know what I'm saying? So just stay focused on these books, man. You know, and I'll be glad to come back. Whatever it might be, we might set up some kind of program where we can get out there and do things together. Positive, clean the neighborhood, show people that you care. But most of all, you show God that you care about what He created. Because this is His world, but we destroy it because of our ignorance. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all guys, man, it's okay. I ain't trying to hear you make y'all feel bad. I'm just trying to look up, man. Walk down in the hall with your head high, chest stuck out. You do the right thing. Stick together, and we got to come together and fight it, you know? So that's my 12 minutes.
Yeah, okay, let's give him a hand, y'all.
Yes, sir.
See, this brother who made a conscious decision to choose to do the right thing today. He could have chose when he got out of prison after doing 8 years. 8 years is a long time. 8 years is a long time. A year is long enough to be going to prison. Anytime you can find in a room, a little 4x6 room, with a little metal bed, with a little plastic hard mattress on it. I used to sleep, when I used to sleep, didn't have no pillow, so I used to take my jacket off so I could put it between my knees. Because see, when you sleep, and you're sleeping on your side, because that's the only way you can sleep in some of them beds, your knees begin to rub. And if you do it often enough, you get arrested often enough, you'll feel that rubbing, your knees rubbing together. So my knees were so bad that I had to put my jacket between my legs, right in here, so they wouldn't rub. But the point is jail, prison is uncomfortable. It's I don't know if I can really describe it like they do on television. You know, they put the camera on everybody and then they tell their story. I mean, that's good and dandy, but some of them guys you'll never see. But there are people in your neighborhood who have been to prison. There are people in your neighborhoods who are going to prison. There are some young people who are here today, God forbid, one of y'all gonna end up in prison. One of y'all gonna end up with a bullet in your head. But I pray that you'll learn today, you'll listen to some of these guys coming in here, because I don't want anybody to die. How many of y'all don't want nobody to die, do you?
I don't.
Huh? Y'all
No,
want
I
to live,
don't.
right?
I know I don't.
Yeah, you want to live, right? Say, I want to live. Yeah, I want to live. You got, and just saying it means something, all right? Now, 8 years, just think about it. The choice, them were choices he made. Nobody made him do it. He decided to do it. And the consequences was 8 years in prison. You got to remember, it's your decision that's going to affect the outcome or what's going to happen in your life for the next few moments of your life. All right? Now, the next guy that's going to come up and speak to you, his name is Rasul. I've been knowing Rasul about almost 4 years now, right? Now, I got my card, my minister's card, and I usually leave it with my barber up on 8 Mile Road. You know where 8 Mile Road is? Southfield. There's a barber shop there, and my barber, you know what kind of ministry I do. I work with guys come home from prison because I know that I can be an encouragement to somebody. If somebody can just see that you can live a life, a right life, a good life, make good choices, and be a good example. There's a whole lot of fakes and phonies out there. People who profess to be good, but they really ain't. But if you can find somebody who's a good example, who's talking the talk and walking the walk, then you want to be with that person because you can learn, you can be encouraged by him. Now, my barber gave him a card. My barber called me and said, yeah, this guy came and he didn't have no money for a haircut. He was looking for a job. So he gave him my card. This brother called me about a couple weeks after that. I told him about a job. Still hadn't met him, but then somehow we met. And then I was able to help him. You know, if you're going to help somebody, don't hurt. If I'm going to help you, I'm not going to hurt you. So if you're going to help me, don't hurt me. If you're going to help me for real. Because I used to be the type of person, if you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back. You kill my dog, I'm going to kill your cat. You see what I'm saying? But Rasul, baptized Rasul, and Rasul's married now. But I mean, that was 4 years ago. Brother has come a long way. But I'm going to let him tell his story about the choices that he made and the consequences that he had to pay. And all right? All right, Rasul.
How y'all doing? Y'all
All right, all right.
All right. I'll be brief. How many of y'all ready to go to penitentiary?
My man.
Okay, all right. So my name is Rasul. I've been knowing Reverend Max for 4 years, and I'm a prison baby, you might as well say. I've been in prison since I was 18, off and on 15 years, until I was 30-something. You know, the choices you make is between your ears. You got the negative and you got the positive. You want to do good, you want to do bad, you make the choices, how you want to grow up and what you want to do. My choices was I was young. But see, right now, back when I was young, I used to build cars, what I see the little rascals do. See, it was different then. Nowadays, young kids want to get off into something more serious and more dangerous. You know, what you see is that's what you want. I was one of the kids that grew up in Cleveland. I came here to Michigan. I was one of the kids that, my family, they sold drugs. My uncle, you know, I was one of the kids your age, 15, sitting in the projects, selling pills, had my own little car, I thought it was good. I was one of the little kids who wanted what the drug dealers wanted, the cars, the rims, the, you know, the money, you know, the authority. You know, I was one of them type of kids, you know. And instead of working, you know, I had friends who were squares getting on the bus going to work every day I laughed at while I was on the corner selling drugs. But today, those friends that was going to work, they got bonds and shares, you know, own things, you know. And, you know, just to tell you guys here that's here today, you know, you got choices to make. The choices I made landed me in prison, well, you might as well say all my adult life, you know. And the choices I made, I spent my time in prison around guys, you know, for many years. And the choices I made also kept me away from my family, you know, and my children. I have 3 sons and a daughter, you know, and I'm just back in their lives in the last 4 years. So, you know, I'm just up here to be a true testimony to tell you, you know, it's a lot of temptation out there. You know, like the brother was saying, you may be at home, your home life might not be in a perfect condition, your finances, you want more, you probably can't get $1, $2, you know, but just to pay off, you know, to let you know, you got a choice to go out here in the world. Right now today, this is the first choice in school, sitting at these desks, paying attention. You know, I didn't want to be in school. I wanted to be the kid with a bag full of joints, with 100 joints in a bag, selling them to the kids in school. I wanted to be the kid wearing the Adidas, you know, instead of listening, getting the education. Now the choices, today, you know, I go to work every day. I'm tired now. I got off of work at 12 and go to bed at 2. I'm up all day because I'm his best man. I got to be up all day and go to work at 3 o'clock, you know, but I'm here today to share with you my story, you know. So I'm just advising all you guys here when I said how many ready to go to penitentiary. It's a world out here. You got God, you got the devil. The devil gonna try to get at you because you're young. He's gonna get your attention with fashion, clothes, cars, money. You still got 3 or 4, 5 years left for your teenager. And you always gonna have somebody slide up under your friend to tell you how quick it is. But let me tell you, what y'all about 13, 14?
12, 13.
12, 13?
Yes, sir.
If I can go back at that time, because I was smart, okay, to take it back, I grew up, my mother, father, they worked at Hydromatic. People thought we was rich when I was growing up. All of my friends used to say, go home to your rich mom and daddy, you know, but we wasn't. They worked, you know. But the choices I made, I wanted to go down here in the projects and be with, you know, my cousins, you know, and all that landed me in penitentiary. You know, I've been to the federal penitentiary. You know, I used to smoke crack. You know, that surprised you. I used to smoke crack and wanted to get off crack so bad because all my friends was just balling out of control. You know what I'm saying? I said, one day I'm going to be that. As soon as I became that, 3 years later, the feds came down. That was my choice. That was my choice. You know, and the choice today is, I say you got a choice to serve God or the devil. I choose to serve God. I'm not perfect, though. I'm not perfect from a long shot. But it feels good to be out here free. I'm married, you know. I'm married. I'm doing the best I ever did legally, you know. And my choice is, you know, to stay out here. You know, to stay here and to continue to do good. And I'm just here to stand in front of you, you know what I'm saying? 12 or 13. Get your education. You get 18, 19, ain't nothing wrong with getting a job at Burger King or McDonald's. That's the first step. You go into community college. Take your time. Everything is patience in life. And then when you get that job and go to college, you may think it's boring, but guess what? When you get 30, you're going to look back and say all it took was 4 years to go to school or college, graduate, and you can be getting a good job. And then you got to focus on thinking about what you're going to do next, your credit. See what I'm saying? Insurance, life insurance. You got to start thinking mature. You got to start thinking as an adult. You know what I'm saying? It's important things in life that you're not thinking about now that you should start thinking about today. You know, as a brother was just telling you, you know, you got all kind of churches. You know, and a lot of kids right now, I know that's probably not on your mind to read the Bible. You know, because you're young, you know. You probably don't hear nobody say that, go home and read the Bible. Well, guess what? It don't take nothing but an hour just to read a verse and go to church and ask somebody what this means, because God is real. My choices, all while I was growing up, I remember running to the parole, trying to go to the parole office. A guy pulled me over and said, young man, where you trying to get to? I said, I'm trying to make it to the parole office. He said, come on, I'll take you. He was a Christian. When I got in the car with this guy, he said, you know God? I told him, yeah. He said, come on, go to church with me. I said, I ain't got no clothes. He said, I'll buy you a suit. That's one incident. Next incident was a young lady. A young lady, she asked me to go out with her to church. See, God was coming at me all along, but I was ignoring it. But I always knew God wanted to use me. So today, just to say choices in life, I'm here to tell you because I'm going to come straight forward with you. You can sit here, you can leave here, you can listen to it, you can take it, and you can go home, and you can think about it hard. Get your lives together, man. Don't make that choice to go to prison. Don't make that choice to hang out with your thug friend. Let him go on his own. Don't let him entice you. Have self-esteem in your life, and if things not going well at home, good job, earn it. Earn it in your life, man. Or you will be one of them guys in prison. It's hard to get out of there when you get in there, and guess what? You either gonna come out and do good or you gonna spend your life in there. My choice today is to sit at home with my wife with a flat screen in the room and trying to get another one and got a woman next to me going to church serving God and go to work every day, and I got 2 grandkids.
Amen.
So think about your future. Where you going from today? Don't fake it, because you're only faking yourself.
Amen.
And when you fake yourself, you find yourself messed up.
Amen.
So give God praise.
Amen.
The bell's gonna ring, and we're gonna have to leave. Go ahead, Mike. You got a few minutes.
All right, okay, well, since I ain't got but a few minutes, I'm gonna give it to you like this here. First of all, I want everybody to sit straight up, stop playing with your hands and all that there, because I only got a few minutes and I want to make sure it counts. You know, a lot of the brothers gave y'all some real good tools that y'all need to use down the line. I'm gonna deal with y'all right now where y'all 12 and 13 years old, because I know it's a lot of things that y'all want right now and don't really know how to go about getting them legally, because it may not be a lot of things people tell you how to get it. Y'all got a lot of good resources around here. Y'all got a lot of people care about y'all around here. So y'all need to start coming up with some type of plans, because I know y'all can think, right? I know y'all can come up with a plan, like ask y'all teachers and everybody to find some things y'all can do around the neighborhood, as far as, you know, maybe they can take y'all and get some people to let y'all do their lawn, wash their cars, you know, do a lot of different things around here to earn some money so you guys can stay out of trouble. You understand what I'm saying? I know y'all to be rather doing something else in the summertime, but right now we're trying to focus on getting y'all minds in a state of that y'all have to become more responsible. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want none of you brothers to have to go through the same thing I done been through, see? And I know why y'all heads was down, because I'm tired just like y'all is, because my man came and picked me up from a shelter this morning. Don't think because you see me with top 10s on and that every time you see me I may have something nice on, I'm struggling, man.
That's right.
But my strength comes from Christ. I believe that through him all things are going to happen for me, and they have been happening. So y'all got to learn, man, that y'all got to believe not only in that God will help y'all through, but you got to start believing in yourself, man. There's too many great minds in here, man, not to be able to come up with some type of plan where, you know, y'all don't have to be worried about somebody being down on y'all for what y'all do. We know y'all young brothers. We know y'all young men, and y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do, but do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like me out there making the type of choices that idiots make every day. You know, this here, you see this here, this ain't come from no knife trying to kill myself. This comes from a choice where I thought I was badder than the police and this police dog. I was that high one day where I actually thought I was badder than the police and a dog this big. When it was all said and done, I was handcuffed in the police car with this arm hanging over like this from being basically chewed up, trying to be chewed up from the police dog. So, you know, I don't have enough time to really explain a lot of things to you because the time is short, but what I want to say is, man, like I told y'all last time, y'all smart enough to make the right choices. So don't nobody have to keep coming here and telling y'all that. I know y'all smart enough because I can look at you and tell that there. But we're going to keep coming back to talk to you because we love you, because we know you're important to us, because we're going to try to find ways to help y'all to get out there and do the right thing, so we ain't got to be coming in here worrying about, well, my man that was sitting right here, oh, he in the juvenile detention center. We don't want that for y'all. But see, I don't have a lot of time to keep going, so what I want to say is, man, that the next time I see y'all again, I hope to have a little bit more time to talk with y'all, and everybody gonna be here, right? Yeah. Everybody gonna be here doing good, right? Yeah. Okay, all right, man. Y'all take care, man, and I'll see y'all the next time. Every opportunity I got to come, man, I'm coming. I don't care where I'm at or what it is. I set it to the side and I come here, man, because y'all that important to me, man. All right? Amen.